We can all take a breath of fresh air. We can all breathe. That was a crazy sequence there to end the game. The New York Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons. Final score of 113 to 111. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry, Pistons fans, but that was a crazy sequence there at the end of the game. Monty Williams was hot, mad at the refs all game long. The New York Knicks get it done. All in all, we win the game. We are now 35-23 on the season. But no win in the NBA is easy. No win in the NBA is easy. Every game from here on out is not going to be easy. And tonight showed that. The Detroit Pistons, they're a young team. Revenge game for Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier. And Quentin Grimes, what do you have, 14 fourth quarter points for the Detroit Pistons? You could tell he was seeking revenge tonight. And shout out to Q-Dot, man. Played his ass off. 14 points on their end. 3 of 6 from 3. Had a big shot. Bit a big layup there at the end. But every game from here on out is going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. And credit to the Villanova guys. You know, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. Their chemistry was the reason why the New York Knicks won this game, especially Josh Hart. Josh Hart, this has now been, in the past few weeks, Josh Hart has played extremely well. Last game versus Boston, he played well. Tonight, he played extremely well. And Josh Hart finished with none other than the biggest shot at the end there, the and one, and then he grabbed his own rebound, hit a lot of big shots in this game. 23 points for Hart, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 42 minutes. Josh Hart, man, I mean, to me, he was the player of the game, in my opinion. Josh Hart was a player of the game, but no win is going to be easy from here on out. Every game is going to be tough. Look, Knicks are missing bodies. We all know that. Detroit came in here hungry. Detroit came in here with Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, and Evan Fournier. All former Knicks seeking out revenge. And look, to be honest with you, it was dicey there at the end. Should it have been that close? No. But at the end of the day, like Tom Thibodeau said before the game, the Pistons are a professional basketball team. You have to take them seriously. And all game long, they just kept punching back. The Knicks would go up 8, go up 9. Then the Detroit Pistons would keep answering. Fourth quarter, Grimes stepped up for them. Fournier got Brunson a couple times. But all in all, the Knicks prevailed. And this was a heck of a win for the squad, man. Look, these wins are important, as we all know. We were treading water until the guys get back, and these wins are important. Lynette says, nail biter, getting too old for this. What's going on, Lynette, in the chat? Yeah, I mean, that sequence at the end there, I'll play it again in a few seconds. I'll share my screen with you guys, and I'll play it. That was absolutely crazy. Brunson misses the 3. Seems like Grimes grabs the rebound. Then DiVincenzo tries to find Brunson in the corner. It gets stolen. Then whoever got the ball, I forgot who got the ball, gets pretty much run over. No call, which is why Monty Williams was hot there at the end. And Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart with a big and one, gets his own rebound there at the end. That sequence was absolutely crazy. Tony says, way too close. Grimes was trying to get some payback. Yeah, at the end of that, credit to Quentin Grimes, fourth quarter. He really showed up, hit some big shots. And, as we all know, Quentin Grimes' time here, unfortunately, it ended, but, he wanted revenge. Fournier and Grimes wanted revenge for sure. S550, what's going on, man? I know a win is a win, but that was too close for no reason. Yeah, I mean, like you said, a win is a win, though. A win is a win. At the end of the day, you take these wins. Obviously, you take these wins. But Is there still work that needs to be done? Of course. It's going to be a struggle for the Knicks to win until Anunoby gets back and until Randall gets back. I mean, you saw what it took tonight. It's going to take them every ounce, every single possession. Every possession matters. And those important possessions at the end of the game, the chemistry that the Villanova guys had, ultimately won this game. Jack City, what's going on? First live I ever caught ever. Appreciate you in the chat, Jack City. Yeah, chopping it up, doing post games and whatnot. This was a crazy win. This was a crazy win for the New York Knicks and a much needed win because, as we all know, the standings are getting tight. PL says, what a win. What an effing win. All those no calls was our back from the... Hey, that referee, I don't know what his name was. I think he had like gel in his hair, spiky hair. This was a poorly officiated game. If you're a Pistons fan, I would be hot. But look, the New York Knicks have been getting the crappy end of the stick. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Was there a lot of missed calls tonight going the Knicks way, Pistons way as well? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. The referees, that's been a problem in the NBA all season long. But like you said, this is payback from the Rockets game. It's just unfortunate that the Rockets had to be on the other end. But hey, I mean, wow. Big Taz says, shaking my head. Come on, Knicks. We cannot have teams like this scoring 111 points. Yeah, big task. I mean, like I said earlier, every win is going to be a struggle. Every win is going to be a dogfight from here on out. I mean, we're missing our defenders. We're missing, shout out to Isaiah Hartenstein with that crazy block in that fourth quarter. Hartenstein, what I think was one of the biggest plays of the game, obviously the Josh Hart, and one at the end was a big game. But Isaiah Hartenstein, Cade Cunningham through the alley, Hartenstein read it, blocked. Ooh, that was a turn. That was the play right there. But then, credit to the Pistons. They just kept fighting back. And S550 says, a rare time, bad officiating goes our way. Yeah, I mean, it was some bad officiating tonight. And was that foul? Was that non-call a foul at the end there where, I forgot, was it Thompson that got knocked down at the end there? That was a foul. I'm surprised they didn't call that. But Brunson gets the ball, finds Hart. Hart gets the layup, and that's all she wrote. I'm sure Monty Williams will probably get a hefty fine during the postgame. I'm sure he's going to go off during the postgame. Hopefully, those quotes start to come out, but that would be hilarious. But yeah, man, I mean, hey, we've been on both sides of this, right? We've been on the losing side, and now we're on the winning side. So it's just unfortunate that, I mean, it's fortunate for us. We got the win, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Here is this play. Let me share you guys my screen. And this was absolutely crazy. All right. In case you guys didn't see it, we're going to play it again. Let me replay it. Got deflected. Grimes gets the ball. Pistons get the ball. Hartenstein gets the ball back. Passes to me, that was a tough one. And then Josh Hart. Shout out to Josh Hart, man. Hell of a game from Josh Hart, just playing extremely well for the New York Knicks. And tonight, an amazing performance from Josh Hart. But yeah, this play right here was absolutely insane. Take a look at this box score. Look, Cade Cunningham on their end is going to be a heck of a player. 32 points for Cade, 8 assists for Cade Cunningham. He's going to be a problem in this league. But Jalen Brunson, man, superstars play like superstars. Jalen Brunson, another 12 assist affair, another 35 piece from Jalen Brunson. 2 steals for JB, 3-11 from the field. Hit 10 out of 11 free throws from Jalen Brunson. And then Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart, efficient, 8-17 from the field, 3-5 from 3, 8 boards, 6 assists, 23 points. And DiVincenzo, 5-10 from 3 from Dante, hitting a couple of big ones there in that fourth quarter. And Bogdanovich came in and hit 3 threes and 13 points for Bogdanovich. And yeah, man. But Hartenstein, that block there at the end, that was a big one. That was a big one for the Knicks. That was kind of like the momentum that the New York Knicks needed to obviously win this game. But that was crazy. That was crazy. PS says, yo, Burks need to stop bringing the effing ball. I mean, PL, it was. Look, man, I said, look, Burks is the crazy thing with Alec Burks is that he actually started this game playing well. Hit his first couple of shots, only finished with 7 points tonight, 2 turnovers. So that's now every single game he's been here, he's had a turnover. But yeah, I mean, that turnover was a fourth quarter was a bad one. Fourth quarter for Alec Burks was a bad one. So 7 points for Burks. I mean, he just has to figure it out at this point. He just has to figure it out. But yeah, I mean, those turnovers are nerve-wracking. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, man. You're preaching to the choir. S550 says refs let us play 90s ball, and that's who we can see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, what goes around comes around, and you know the Knicks benefited from that at the end. But look, we need these wins at the end of the day. Got the OG Anunoby news. He's going to get reevaluated at the end of this week, and then Randall a little bit after that. So it's looking like Anunoby's going to come back soon. But you're seeing how difficult and how much of a struggle it is to find, you know, ways to win these games without them. You know, we're asking. We brought in Bogdanovich and Burks to really give us that offensive punch. And Bogdanovich has really gave us that offensive punch, but Burks hasn't. Let's just keep it real. He hasn't given us that offensive punch. And what teams are doing is they're hunting Brunson. They're trapping Brunson. But at the end of the day, Brunson is still getting his points. Back-to-back games with 30-plus for Jalen Brunson. And they're trying to take him off his game. I mean, the efficiency isn't really there, but he's still getting to the line. He's still sharing the rock. 12 assists for Jalen Brunson, 35 points. And he's really getting help from his backcourt, the Nova boys, DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. The chemistry that those three have won us this game. That's what won us this game. PL says, I don't care if he's on the floor. Just keep him off ball. Tom Thibodeau loves to have Burks. You're talking about Burks? I think you're talking about Burks. Tom Thibodeau loves to have Burks bring the ball up. McBride only played 10 minutes tonight. He loves to have Burks be the ball handler. Like we've seen it in years past, but it's just not clicking for Burks. I thought tonight was going to be kind of like a breakout game, quote unquote, for Alec Burks. Once again, started off good, hitting his first couple of shots, and then it just, I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't there. Bad turnovers and 7 points for Burks. But we need those offensive spurts, you know, because Pistons, 111, put up 111 points in Madison Square Garden. And credit to them. You know, the Pistons are 4-20, what is it now, 4-26 away from their arena. They're only 8-49 on the season. So they didn't play like an 8-49 team. And that was mainly due to the fact that Quentin Grimes wanted revenge. Evan Fournier wanted revenge. And Malachi Flynn actually hit a couple of nice shots from Malachi Flynn. What did Flynn finish with? 8 points from Malachi Flynn, 2 assists, 3 boards. But, yeah, seeing that from Grimes tonight, he had that look in him. Hit a 3 there in the fourth quarter and stared back at the Knicks bench. He wanted this one. But ultimately, the New York Knicks prevail. And but yeah, I mean, the Knicks prevailed, got this win because these games coming up, we got the Pelicans, another game tomorrow, back-to-back against the Pelicans. So another tough game tomorrow against the New Orleans Pelicans. And then after that, the Golden State Warriors come in. But the great thing is that we are home. New York Knicks tend to play better at home. And hopefully, you know, we can just continue to stack these wins at home until we get our reinforcements back. But tonight was a prime example of it's going to take a lot of effort out of these Knicks to get these wins. And we got it done, man. Ultimately, that's all that matters. We got the win. We got it done. We move on. We live on to the next day. And we put this one in our rearview mirror. Now it's on to New Orleans, literally in less than 24 hours. We get to do it all over again. S550 says, I know McBride plays better at the 2, but I'd rather him play the point because he's faster and got better handles. Yeah, I mean, Deuce is one of those players where, you know, this season he has taken massive steps in his game. 3-point shot, he has taken massive steps. And obviously, we all know McBride's defense has always been there. But his shooting, his mid-range has improved. His 3-point shots has improved. His handles are he's still trying to get that underneath his belt, but it seems like the Knicks are comfortable now that they brought in Burks, to have Burks bring the ball up and kind of have McBride in the corner, waiting for that pass. And he's a good spot up shooter. He's been a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. So yeah, I mean you have him, and then Dante. Dante, man, hit a few big threes, and Dante is third in the NBA in 3-pointers made, behind Steph Curry and Luka Doncic. Then it goes Dante DiVincenzo right after that. Third in the NBA in 3-pointers made. 5 of 10 from tonight, 32 minutes for Dante. So you see that the Knicks that were injured heading into the All-Star break, they're, Hartenstein finished with 27 minutes, DiVincenzo 32 minutes. They're starting to gradually get them back into the flow of things, but they're still, producing. Hartenstein, I thought his night was done in that fourth quarter. Then Tom Thibodeau puts him in, and then turns out it was an awesome substitution, because Hartenstein got that great block in the fourth quarter. And, let's say, if this was like a game ago, Hartenstein minutes were limited at 20, 21. He played 27 tonight. But Hartenstein just, one block tonight, 1 steal, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. He's still trying to get back from his Achilles injury. But, big block, man. Big block. We need all the bodies we can get. And that was an absolutely huge block. Bogdanović, we saw his little bit of playmaking tonight, what he was capable of, his playmaking. I like the playmaking ability from Bogdanović. 3 of 8 from 3. This was also a revenge game from Bogdanović. 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 13 points for Bogdan. And look, man, Precious, 11 rebounds, 4 points, 4 offensive rebounds. Hartenstein, 4 offensive rebounds. But this was a Josh Hart game. And his hustle there at the end, his 3-point shot has improved here these last couple of weeks too. I mean, he's actually shooting with confidence. He's, he hit second quarter where he hit a fadeaway 3 and it went in. He's shooting with confidence, and I love this is the Josh Hart that we acquired last season, and this is the Josh Hart that we saw in the playoffs. It wasn't there early on in this season, but this version of Josh Hart, if this can continue, he's awesome. He's awesome. But credit to the guys. We won this game with will, determination, and the hustle plays at the end, because I could have been on here saying, what the heck just happened? But thankfully it went our way. We got the dub and we got it done, because if it went the other way around, if they call a foul there at the end, then we're talking about losing to the Detroit Pistons. But instead, this game was won based on will, determination, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson playing like a stud, Hartenstein with the blocks, DiVincenzo. The guy stepped up, man. Guy stepped up. No win is going to be easy, especially with our big dogs out. It's not going to be easy. And tonight just proved that. So S550 says, what are our chances of getting OG by the Golden State Warrior game? Those chances are very slim. S550. I think. Let me pull up the schedule really quick. Let me pull up the Knicks schedule, and then I'll try to predict when OG Anunoby comes back. Try to predict it yesterday on the live stream podcast that we did, but I feel like OG's close. OG is close. All right, so this is why tonight was a big win. New Orleans tomorrow, Golden State after that, at Cleveland, Atlanta, Orlando. Here is where I think OG Anunoby is going to return for the New York Knicks. Said it yesterday on the pod, versus Orlando and versus Philly, and then back-to-back against Philly. These games right here is where I think the New York Knicks will get OG Anunoby back. This is just speculation, but he's going to get reevaluated at the end of this week. The end of this week is March. That leads me to believe, and the reports are that he will return a little bit after that. So if that's true, let's say we give him another week. Knicks have two days off in between Atlanta and Orlando. Atlanta, Philly is when I think OG Anunoby possibly could come back for the New York Knicks. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking at 4 or 5 more games without Anunoby. Again, this is me speculating, but I feel like this is a sweet spot right here. I'm Fairly confident in that. But at the end of the day, we just have to wait and see. But if you take a look at the standings right now, let's go to the NBA standings. The New York Knicks are 2 full games behind the Milwaukee Bucks in the 3rd seed now. Now that we beat Detroit. I don't think the Bucks are playing tonight. No. So we're 2 full games back of Detroit, 2 games in the loss column behind, Detroit, the Bucks. And Philly is a game and a half behind us. So a win is a win. You take the win, you put it in your pocket, you run. Every one of these games matters. We won this game. Tomorrow's going to be no different. It's going to be a dogfight. Knicks are coming off a back-to-back. Pelicans are in New York City in their hotel room, probably rested, probably watched tonight's game from their hotel room while the New York Knicks were playing. Pelicans are in New York right now. The Knicks are coming off a back-to-back, and I think Zion is actually questionable tomorrow. So we just have to wait and see on that. But you take the win, you run with it. Because if you look at the Eastern Conference standings, it's tight. This is why this win was so important. So you take the win, you run. I think we can catch Milwaukee, but I think we just have to win these games at home, and then we're good. And Pacers lost. Yeah, Pacers lost. Raptors. Wow, Pacers lost to the Raptors. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? Like, we win this game, Pacers lose. Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. So this was a great win for the Knicks. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We got it. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to everyone. Big Task says, I agree. Burks should not bring the ball up. Big Task, man, what's going on? Yeah, Burks brings the ball up, and you could tell he's not. I mean, he's just lacking confidence right now. He's playing, and it stinks because it started well tonight, but he's lacking confidence. 14 minutes, not really playing good heavy minutes. I mean, you get he's not earning his minutes either. 14 minutes. I'm sure if he was playing better, he'll play more, but he's not playing his heavy minutes, and for good reason. He's not playing well. Cam, what's going on? Bro, we barely got that one, but a dub is a dub. Cunningham was going bananas early. Had we lost that go-ahead bucket from Grimes, it would have been a problem. Yeah, Grimes came down and hit a crazy acrobatic layup, and I was like, Q-Dot, man, I'm happy for Q-Dot, man. I wasn't mad at it, but, he came back, hit a crazy, crazy layup, and, they wanted this game. Pistons wanted this game. So, ultimately, we won the game. That was a sweater. We got it done. It is what it is. Big Task says, oh, that's good. The Pacers lost. Yeah, that is good. That's big news that the Indiana Pacers lost tonight. So, Knicks, they're now 2.5 games up of Indiana. So, and there's only 25 games left. Think about that. 25 games are left. And 25 or 24. I think it's 24 or 25. Either or. The season is quickly, let's say we get Randall back 10 games from now, only has 5 to 10 games to ramp up. OG Anunoby back 5 games from now, predicting that he will come back against Orlando, Philly. So it's starting to become crunch time, but this is why this one was important. Cam, salute to you too, man. Always appreciate you in the chat supporting. Always appreciate every single one of you in the chat supporting. So close to 3K subscribers. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It's been a crazy journey here over at the Knicks Nation channel, man. Appreciate every single one of you rocking with me during these post games, and every game I'm gonna bring you guys post games, and obviously we do the live pod every week, and I do my creator videos and whatnot. But Big Taz says Thibs is starting to lose trust in Burke. You can see it because his minutes are starting to dwindle down. I mean, he played 14 minutes tonight. I'm just looking at his game log. 14 minutes tonight. Last game, I don't think he played that much last game too. Yeah. I mean, Philly. Burks hasn't cracked 20 minutes in the last 3 games. 13 minutes at Philly, 19 minutes versus Boston, 14 minutes tonight. But hey, man, all we can do right now is hope that he snaps out of it because we need Burks. Believe it or not, I know it's crazy to hear those words come out of my mouth, but that extra punch off the bench, that extra offensive power, him with Bogdanovich and OG Anunoby mixed in when Anunoby gets back in the mix, that's when I feel like, we'll start to see the punch from Burks. It's happening with Bogdanovich before Burks, but the reason why I'm not too concerned is because Burks has had blow up games this season with the Pistons. Granted, I know it was with the Pistons, but hey, his minutes are starting to dwindle down, and Tom Thibodeau is starting to play McBride more, and DiVincenzo is now starting to ramp up more, and Brunson's playing heavy minutes. Hart is playing over 40 minutes. I mean, I want to look at Josh Hart's minutes, but I'm kind of scared. But I know that he doesn't care. Josh Hart has played 40 minutes in 3 straight games. 4 out of the last 6 games he's played. No, 4 out of the last 5 games he's played over 40 minutes. So he's playing a lot of minutes. But on the roommates pod, he said he's tired, but he's loving it, and he's been incredible for the Knicks. Double digit in scoring in 4 out of the last 5 games from Josh Hart. 23 tonight, 16 points last game, 18 points at Philly, and the rebounding numbers. There was a stat from MSG saying that guards under 6'4", Josh Hart is at the top of the list in terms of rebounding the basketball. 8 rebounds tonight, 8 rebounds versus Boston, 12 rebounds at Philly. And the assist numbers, 6 assists tonight for Hart, 6 assists last game. It's clicking for Hart. And the slander that Josh Hart has taken, because I've seen it on here, and for good reason too. He was struggling. I called him out a few times, and but the slander on X was a little bit extreme, a little bit overblown in my opinion. But I feel like now that he's starting to get in the groove of things, playing heavy minutes, he's starting to produce. And the Nova boys, man, they won us this game tonight. The Nova boys, the chemistry, that crazy sequence at the end, then he won us this game. Big Taz says, "Oh, you're back doing post games." Yeah, I've been back for a few weeks now. I'll be back tomorrow. I missed it. I really did. I took a break from it, but I missed it. But I'm back doing post games. Got to do these post games, man. Chopping it up with with all of you in the chat, man. I love it, man. At the end of the day, our goal is to what? Win a championship, and it's going to take every ounce of our determination, every ounce of our will, and until we get our reinforcements back, it's going to be tough. These games are going to be gritty. They're going to be a grind. And as you saw tonight, we pulled out at the end. It was a gritty win, but we got it done. We got it done. Credit to the Villanova guys, man. Don't look at Josh Hart's minutes, Big Taz says. 42 tonight, 42 versus Boston, 44 versus Philly. Orlando, before the All-Star break, he scored 30, but that was when Tom Thibodeau pulled the plug on everybody, benched everybody. At Houston, 42. But, hey, he's not complaining, man. He's in great shape. That's another thing. He's in great shape. These guys are in great shape. Hart's in great shape. DiVincenzo's in great shape. Hartenstein's in great shape. This is why these guys can bounce back from these injuries so much. Knock on wood. Don't want anything else to happen, but these guys are in great shape, and they're built for it, They're built for it. S50 says New Orleans Jose Alvarado is out on a 3-game suspension for fighting in the Heat game, so that helps too. I saw that. Yeah, Alvarado. What was it? Grand theft. What do they call him? Grand theft Alvarado. They call him. Wonder if he'll appeal that. I wonder if he'll be back for the game tomorrow. But yeah, man, this was fun, man. That was a crazy sequence at the end. Bottom line is we got it done. That's all that matters. We got it done. We got the dub. We move on to tomorrow versus New Orleans. It's going to be another dogfight, but I'm excited. You guys should be excited as well. Shout out to JB. Shout out to Brunson. Shout out to Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. Shout out to the boys, man. Really pulled through in this game. And, hey, I mean, what goes around comes around. Unfortunately, the Detroit Pistons, they haven't won 10 games yet this year, but it is what it is, man. But, yeah, this was fun, man. I'll be back tomorrow on here doing these post games and whatnot. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm back tomorrow against the Pelicans. Got to get it done. Got to keep this home cooking and keep stacking these wins because every game is important. Appreciate every single one of you in here, man, supporting and whatnot. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. As always, I'm Anthony. Peace. Have a good night. Peace.